Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Good morning. I'm trying not to say that anymore. Howdy, whatever time of day that you are joining this at. So, we're going to talk about today's messages, and I pulled from a lot of different decks, as I'm liking to do a wide message or a big message, an all-encompassing one that goes deep. We'll see how deep. So, the first one we pulled was from this one, and it is the Vulture. So, Guardian and Purifier essential for rebalance. So the Vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The Vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the Vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is a blessing in disguise. When it is in balance, it clarifies, reveals wisdom, and when it's out of balance, it's dramatic and aggressive. To bring into balance, clean your space and sage. I think it's pretty awesome that we live in a space where things will rebalance themselves naturally. This time space that we live in wants to live in balance and harmony, and naturally will always be driven towards that. And so this being one of the, I wanted to say predator, it's not a predator, picks up after things are left in decay. This comes around to help purify, cleanse, and clear out things that need to be brought back down into Mother Earth. And so even if the moments that we have been through have seemed painful, and this guy, this little cute guy, he's actually kind of cute. He's got purple around him. I like that purple. Healing, cleansing energy to help reincarnate the stale, leftover, painful energy and reincarnate it to a better, fueling, motivating, inspiring. So maybe it's time to clean out your house, clean out your room, clean out your car, sage the place, light a candle, light some incense, do some prayer, do some meditation, and ask for cleaning and cleansing, because leftover and stale energy from people or in experiences that may have happened, if people, especially if you're sensitive to feeling other people's strong energy, then that would be a really good idea to clear and clean out that old vibration, get rid of that, so that we can bring in the new, bring in the good. So, along with that lines, for those of you who were with us last week and the past few weeks, how was your guys' tower moments? Did you have a tower moment? Are you going through a tower moment right now? My tower moment was hideous and awesome. But the next one, the Tarot Guidebook by Kim Krans, 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Pentacles represents fulfillment and abundance. The 10 of Pentacles signifies material and a spiritual abundance in nearly every area of your life. The number 10 usually indicates completion, and in this case, the journey was well worth it. So be generous, not only with your money, but also with your wisdom. Provide guidance to those who struggle, who will be rewarded tenfold. So number 10 signifying a completion of a cycle. I definitely know that there was a cycle completed in my life very recently. This is telltale signs are something huge and major happened in your life. Kind of like I want to say dominoes, but I mean bowling. A strike happened where all the pins in your life were knocked down, and the vulture energy and the picking up the pieces afterwards of that redirection that happened in our life. This is the end of the cycle. Like, oh, thank goodness it's over. The worst is over. And it's time to start focusing on rebalancing, restructuring your life, our life, my life in a one that is more aligned with who we are. So anytime we have all of our pins knocked down, it's a perfect time to reorganize, restructure them in a way that feels better to us. I know for too long I had my pins organized in a way that wasn't aligned with who I was, who I wanted to be. And so that tower moment was definitely a needed one, as painful as it was. So this is telling me this is what life is. This is what life can be. This is what life should be. So even though you're not feeling like that right this moment, having all of your pins knocked down. Oh, hi, fly. I'm going to look up fly and see what that signifies. Ah! Okay. So now is the perfect time to make a new dream board, to make a new vision board, to make a new plan, and ask yourself, what is it that you truly want? What is aligned with your inner self and not with the expectations that others have put on you, or the expectations that we're holding up for somebody else, which basically I just repeat myself. That's fine. It's fine. So, and then kind of like the other way that this is talking about is complete fulfillment. And maybe you just finished something. Maybe you just climbed to that top of that mountain and you're looking at that view around. This is a moment for peace and serenity to look around you and be grateful for all of the beauty that you've worked hard for or you've let in, by releasing resistance and control, and reminding you that when you're high, like you in this community, when you're up on a high note, it's time to let some of that gratitude, beauty, bounty slide down, and to release some of that. So releasing it out into the world, whether you want to give something to another person, whether that's just beauty, wisdom, smile, your time, your compassion, or if you want to give material things, maybe it's a good time to go donate some of your time, donate some of your money, give things away to those in need. That way, as the world turns and the scales tip and you're on the bottom end, that beauty, that bounty is more able to flow your way. So as like you're up high and you're giving, and then you're coming down low and you're receiving, and you're up high and you're giving, So, 10 of Pentacles, if you feel like you are in a space where you're like, everything's feeling good, I'm feeling complete, a completive cycle. I know mine is to give my time and teachings, and so that is beautiful. I can teach from a space of learning so much I've learned through challenge. So end of a cycle, which beautiful. Number 10 brings us back down to number 1, which I really love that symbolism of we're starting a new cycle. So as we're building those pins back up, we're starting fresh, we're starting new, but we're on a new layer, a new level, we've climbed a staircase up and landed on the landing. Like, oh my God, that was really tough. We got knocked down, but we're always in a new space. We're always in a new place. We've always learned, we've always grown from the experience or the challenge that we just went through. And so, number 1, we're back in the beginning of this new cycle. And this one is Ant Spirit. Time to collaborate. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Brand new edition. This one. So this one's a long message. Sit tight, get ready. Okay, we are back. I got a phone call from a friend. It's like perfect timing. Had me bawling. So thank you, my friend that just called me in the middle of this to check in on me. Oh, frick. People are so good. Let good people into your life. Get rid of the ones that drain you. Get rid of the ones that hurt you. But let in the ones that are there to collaborate for co-creation of a good life. Freaking A. So, as we attempt to get back on track, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. All right. I've actually had a lot of people be really supportive of me, so thank you, all my friends and family that have been there for me during this time. And yeah, thank you. All right, so Ant Spirit. When Ant Spirit comes in to visit, it's to celebrate the benefits of working in a partnership with others as part of a community or tribe. Spirit reminds you that to build your dream, you need to work with others, accept help, and trust in your most important partnership, the one you have with Spirit. Your intentions will come to fruition if you remain awake and focused on co-creating your reality with others and with Spirit. Remember that the world around you can easily seduce you if you don't have some sort of practice or discipline like meditation to keep you on track. As you build the life you desire, connecting with others and having accountability partners can be very helpful, and as it's unlikely that everyone will fall asleep at the same time. The other message Ant Spirit holds is that you are now at an auspicious time to ask for help and receive it. Whether you need help assembling a team, finding a new tribe, or requesting assistance from others who are there for you, everything is working to support you right now. Protection message. Do you really believe that you have to do everything yourself? Do you believe that somehow any help you get will be disappointing or not good enough? Perhaps it is time to address your issue of control and bias towards the negative. It doesn't matter where or why you came to be pessimistic or mistrustful. The fact that Ant Spirit is showing you up now is a sign that you have an opportunity to heal and to learn to trust that others will show up for you in a genuine way. Ant Spirit wants you to remember that your expectations and limiting beliefs are a vibrational offering that draws in the opposite of what you desire. Spirit wants to help you and will send collaborative partners your way. It's time to see the universe as a conscious and connected, loving and helpful, but you must participate in the activity of co-creating. Creating reality is not just about dreaming. If you are feeling orphaned from community, reach out and communicate. If you feel vulnerable, know that being present in your vulnerability can help you draw in someone who wants to assist you. Trust in your partnership with Spirit, and your outer conditions will start to reflect that. Then you will see the miracles waiting for you, including partners who appear ready to lend a hand. That is beautiful, and that is something I am working on and I need to work on so hard, and that's my focus has been receiving. I am not a great receiver. I am not a great person that is open to receiving, and so what this is also reminding us is like if we have that mindset and that belief system that for whatever reason that we can't let others in, or we can't be a part of a community, or we have to do everything ourselves, then people are going to send us to remind us that that's there. You'll always have the opposite though, so you'll always have polar experiences and people, and your job is to follow the one that feels the best. And so if you're sent people that are showing you that, yeah, you're alone in this, or yeah, you're weird for that, or that's not right, then that's the polar opposite. But that belief is inside of you. That belief is calling in that experience and that person saying, yes, I do have to do this myself, or yes, I can only trust myself to do this. It has to do with control and releasing control and believing in your community and believing that the energy and the spirit around you wants the best for you. And so aligning yourself with what feels good, what feels right in your heart is so important. And that is something I've struggled with, is I have definite mistrust. And if you do too and you want to work on it with me, working on trusting people, but also trusting your intuition. And if there's somebody, you don't have to just trust somebody who's treating you poorly, and just because you want to grow trust in your community, is like, no, your intuition. And that's the polar showing you that you have a belief in you that believes that you deserve to be treated like that, or you deserve to feel this way. And if it feels crappy, then it's not, I want to snap, but I just smashed my finger. I want to that is the opposite of that is not feeling good. So it's in your system. Follow what feels good, and if it doesn't feel good, trust your intuition that that person and that experience is not for you, other than to learn that there's something in my experience or in my belief system, in my ideas of life. Just flipped my hair, that's in a bun. That is still resonating, still bouncing around like a ping pong ball. And so work on these beliefs, work on these ideas, and there's so many great teachers out there to help redirect and reconstruct as we're picking these goddamn pins up. Let's put them in a way where we want good people around us. We want good community around us. I'm not even crying, but I'm like wiping invisible tears, flicking invisible hair around. Frick. And also, when you have good people around you, you can get so much more done in life. Whether they're just motivating you to feel good, motivating you to stay on track, or they're helping you build that thing that you want to build, that group, that project, that idea, that design. This is key for me right now. I have big things in the works. It is time to release control. Ba-na-na-na-na. I'm loving it. Number 36, koi fish spirit. There is always enough. Hem. Okay. Oracle message. The koi fish who grows big within a small pond reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures that prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of temporary outer conditions, you can call in prosperity and magnetically attract the opportunities and abundance you need. The message of koi fish spirit is to begin to generate wealth within. With deliberate intention, no matter how small your pond may seem, and appreciate abundance wherever you see it. Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity. So begin to become the self who is comfortable with wealth in all forms. Even if at the moment it feels as if riches are not yours, they soon will be. Start to envision the plenty that spirit wants you to experience. Something that I was thinking about before I started recording on prosperity is the natural state of us is to be one in prosperity. And what that means is there is a function in us that is continually regenerating in forms of things that we need, things that we want, things that help us along our journey. It's receiving. To me, the idea that and the law of abundance and the state of prosperity is the belief and the idea and the understanding that we are here to accept and receive. And what we have to make sure that we have in alignment before it can necessarily show up in our exterior life is that if that's what's vibrating in the walls of your interior world, is that what's vibrating in your belief system, is that prosperity is gratitude for the things that you have. So gratitude will help you fall into alignment with the prosperity that your body is already like. So when we're out of alignment with prosperity and we're not grateful and we're critical and we're whining about the things we don't have, then that's fighting against our body's natural ability and function in abundance and prosperity. And so that's why it feels so nasty when we're in that space. It's because it's out of alignment. It's like, have you ever had a body pinch off a nerve, or like your bones out of alignment? That it doesn't feel good, and it's because spiritually, emotionally, and mentally something is out of whack, out of alignment. So when you're constantly, the act of like constantly looking around and saying like, this isn't enough, that isn't enough, why am I this, that can be changed, that can be refocused, because that's the action part of this. That can be refocused as soon as you realize you're doing that. Realize you're doing that, and then immediately ask yourself, what can I be grateful for? Because if you want to be in alignment with yourself, your gratitude, your prosperity, and your abundance, gratitude, which was another message I'll get to in a minute. Gratitude is such a helpful tool, and it starts with listing things. But then I've been realizing recently, for me, it's more about just the feeling of the things, right? So listing can help us stop listing the things that we don't feel good about. But why don't we find something that we are grateful about it and just feel what it feels like to be like, oh gosh, I have an amazing friend. I have an amazing partner. I have an amazing house. I have a car that runs. That feels so good. Just like connect with that. That's the type of energy that can, within an instant, flip you back into alignment. And then the focus and the practice, the meditation, is to notice when you are and become aware of the times that you're out of it, and take direct action in slowing down the train, because sometimes the train is rolling so hard, or the rock is rolling down that hill so hard, we've just got to like hold our breath and wait till it crashes. Okay, but stop, reflect, and be like, I'm on my back on the base of this mountain that I just rolled down and broke every bone in my body. But the sky looks so beautiful from this view. You know what? Probably got put here because I was on the wrong track. I was going down the wrong road. And start to tip the scales or slow down that train moving so fast in the wrong direction. If it feels nasty, it's the wrong direction. If it doesn't feel good, it's not for you. So back to prosperity and abundance. Start to envision the plenty that Spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to conscious and deliberate co-creating, Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. So as you've slowed down and stopped this train or landed on the bottom of the mountain looking at the sky, now is the perfect opportunity to start building in the other direction. So the force has stopped and it's time to start believing in the very polar opposite and start working towards the very polar opposite of whatever wasn't feeling good to you, whatever is nasty in your life, and whatever you want to get rid of and that's not serving you. Start believing that you can have anything you want. Start believing. That's hard for me. That's my next step, is freaking believing that I can achieve the things that I want to achieve. And it's not by doubting them. I definitely, because whatever you believe you can or you can't, you're right. So by me believing that it's hard, oh, guess what? It's gonna be freaking hard. By me believing that I can't do it, I'm gonna have obstacles put in my way, showing me teaching me, oh, I can't do this, but it doesn't feel good. So that means something must not be in alignment. So in order for me to be in alignment, I have to chase what feels good, and what feels good and what messages are being sent from, I wanted to say outer space messages. What's being sent from a higher intelligence than the human awareness I am very currently cycling in is that this is I am capable of this. You are capable of this. We are capable of achieving whatever the fuck you want to achieve. Dream big. And then all you have to do is get into alignment, meaning you have to follow the light, follow what feels good in your body. Follow and listen and never stop getting back up and following and listening. And then ask. That's our next one, is ask. We'll talk about that in just a sec. Okay. So, start to envision the plenty that Spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to conscious and deliberate co-creating, Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer and so much of value to express to the world. In your little pond, there is much you can create and much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have and who you are. For Spirit wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved, and deeply cherished. Trust the outer conditions are changing to reflect the truth. So again, I don't know if I said this all the way, is we have to get our inner alignment taken care of first before it can 100% reflect outwardly. So Abraham Hicks says this, and so I'm like, do I give her credit? Yes, Abraham Hicks taught me this, is that people so often want to fix their exterior world and say, okay, now I can feel good. But that's the opposite way of the way it actually is in these laws of the universe that we live under. Is actually, you got to reverse it. You've got to get your inner workings feeling good, feeling abundant, feeling prosperity, feeling gratitude. You've got to get this vibration just going and flowing, and then just believe and let go of control. Because that's another thing, is like we have this idea that it's got to be this certain way, this certain color, this certain time of day. We've got these ideas and we micromanage our outer world. But that's not the way it works. And we may think that we have a good idea for our life, right? And it's good to dream. But dreaming is all in the name of getting that inner engine, that inner fire going, that inner belief, that inner idea that life is wonderful, beautiful, and abundant going. And then we need to release control of how it shows up in our world. We need to let go of the idea that it's got to be by this person, it's got to be by this date and time, and it's got to look like this. That's where I myself can see that I've gotten myself into trouble and I've come up against roadblocks because it doesn't look the way I wanted it to. So, releasing control. We'll touch again back on that. Protection message. Are you feeling a sense of scarcity? Afraid you will not have enough and not be enough and meet the challenges you face. Whatever your outer conditions, they are temporarily and reflecting what was set forth in the past. Koi fish spirit is your ally in changing those conditions by transforming your inner beliefs about scarcity and plenty. Perhaps you have suffered a loss or are afraid you soon will, or you have been scraping by and feeling there are simply no opportunities available for you to better your circumstances. Koi fish asks you to find prosperity within you by connecting to spirit through spiritual practices. Spirit wants to remind you that your natural state is one of abundance. Remember all that you have to offer so that you can generate your own opportunities, love relationships, and even more. Even if you feel you have little to give right now, find it within you to give to someone else, even if it is just a few encouraging words, a smile, or a helping hand. Your actions will remind you that You have more than it appears, more gifts, more strength, more wisdom, more abundance. As you give to others, your own sense of prosperity grows. Your outer conditions begin to shift in an alchemical reaction. Prosperity and love are yours to receive, experience, and enjoy. Believe it. Okay, so koi fish reminding us that life isn't meant to feel scarce or tight or restricted. And when we're feeling that way, it's time to stop and go within and see what ideas we are having about ourselves that just are creating that. Because the thing that I loved, it said at the end, is an alchemical reaction. I mean, spirit can be understandable in the way that it's all just chemical reactions. It's all it's all vibrational reaction. So because everything has to be in balance, when you react and do and say and believe in certain things, that is creating what comes back into return. And so what you're putting out into the universe comes back to you. And so that's why when people say we are creating our experience and our reality, it's so true. And so when we learn how to send out the right vibrations, how we learn how to tip the scales or tip the understanding or rebalance something within our focus and our mindset, our belief system, that actually is what is going to create the experience that we want and that aligns with us. So it's tricky. It's because like we have this inner spirit and this higher sense and this self of like, I came here to be different, or not necessarily different. Yes, different from like the herd, but I came here to be myself. I came here into this body, into this experience I came with all of these likes, these tastes, these interests, and I want to experience life to the fullest. Like, how many of us are getting a little bit older? I'm not in my 20s anymore, so to me that's older. Just let me have it, okay? How many of us have lived life and realized, like, okay, we're still not in the place we thought we would be, we wanted to be. We have this, like, desire inside of us to be somewhere, and there seems to be just this illusion that, oh, it's not meant for us. Oh, that's just child's play to have that dream. Oh, it's just, this is life. We're meant to come here and work and make babies and die. Like, no, not all of us, not me. I am not here to just come and work a 9 to 5 as I like. Whatever. I'm not here to just live. I'm not here to just survive, and neither are you. We are here to thrive. We are here to put our imprint on this planet. It doesn't have to be this major, magnificent material one unless that's what your body is telling you. Then go after this magnificence that you see. Everything that is inside of you, these desires that you have to do and go and be and act and love, those are given to you or chosen, or however we want to believe. They're there. Why are we not honoring them? Why are we not going after them? Where do I want to take this? We're not here to come, get a job, pay school debts and taxes, and die. Like, we are here for more than that. Aren't you interested just a little to find out? Aren't you tempted a little to just see if any of this spiritual mumbo jumbo works? Aren't you interested to see if there's a desire inside of you, if you were to follow that and remove all of the blockages? And they're not the external ones. The external always reflects the internal. So if there's an internal desire and an exterior blockage, doing this means that there's an internal blockage. So do this, work this around, figure this out in order to remove that external blockage. Frick, I need to do that. Gosh. Okay, homework this week. Remove internal blockages. Just become aware of them. Becoming aware of them is like, oh my gosh, I'm creating that experience. Oh my gosh, I'm putting that block there. I know one of the huge ones for me is learn to collaborate, learn to receive, Learn to let people in. Learn to let good experiences in. And then go out and ask for it. The next one is ask for a sign. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling lost, confused, you've got a couple roads ahead of you, or you're feeling like there's you're at a dead end, ask for a sign. If you're feeling stuck or confused, then you need a sign to point you in the best direction. Signs are some of the most interactive and consistent messages that angels can bring. When you regularly ask for them, you're shown constant reminders that you're on the right path and receive clear guidance to help keep you there. You may sometimes feel disconnected from other people and wonder why you can't relate to them. Ask the angels to show you a plain and recognizable sign that your wish, purpose, dream, hope, desire is relevant and possible, and to let you know the next step for you to take. You will be very pleased with the outcome. Spirit will validate and guide you clearly. All you have to do is ask. So, I need to ask more. I'm in a space in my life. How about you guys? Is anybody at a dead end, a crossroads, a lost, confused space where they're, again, staying there doesn't feel good? What do you feel like when you're lost and confused? You don't feel good. So what did we talk about? That means we're out of alignment with who we are, with our desires of what we want to be doing. And so I'm out of alignment with my desires. And I am going to ask this week, big stuff, big signs. I'm ready for some signs. I am taking care of myself. The next one is health. Okay? Allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best it can. Help me be a loving ally and a friend to this sacred form. So make friends with your body. Okay? Your body is a sacred form, and it's a part of you, at least it is for now. And so befriending it, being nice to it, working with it working with you is the best way that we can use this divine vessel to take us through and get us through what we need in life. It is here to serve us, and we are here to take care of it. So work in tandem with your body. And that, I say body, but this is all of you. Take care of your mind, take care of your heart, take care of your soul, all of your needs that you have. Like yourself should be your number one priority, okay? So if you're finding time, Megan, knock knock, to I'm doing fine, guys. It's not that bad. If you're finding time, see, even that negative self-talk that you just heard me speak to myself, that's not great, okay? Motivation, inspiration shouldn't come from a place of hate, okay? So if that's where your motivation and inspiration is coming from, you don't have to necessarily hate it back, but work on that relationship, work on that inner critic. Know that that person inside of you is just looking for love and acceptance, but they are not allowed to be in the driver's seat, okay? The person who loves you inside of you and is the one that is meant to motivate and inspire you, okay? Gratitude is our last message. This has been a really long, good message. I don't know what we're even at. So gratitude. Find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let the gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm like the warmth of the sun. So gratitude. Let gratitude be a healer in your life. Use it as a practice. So when you find yourself in a dark space, or you find yourself in a corner or at a dead end, in order to get yourself back into alignment, because when you ask for messages, you ask for signs, in order to receive them, you have to be open to receiving them. And for me, it always works better. Messages are always more clear when I am in a better space, closer to alignment and love and compassion and gratitude. And so use gratitude as a tool to help you get in a space of allowing what's best for you to come in. Love and acceptance, okay? I love you guys. This is a big message. I've got a big week ahead of me. I'm going to be working on allowing good people coming into my life, okay? I can't do it all. I know I want to. I know I don't want to have to rely on others around me to help me, but I have got to break down that illusion that I really want to do big things. I'm gonna need big, good people to surround me with. So working on that, abundance coupled with gratitude. And yeah, I love you guys. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. I love you.